We did an online self-inquiry retreat the other day, and the main topic that we focused on was awareness of being. Not talking about it merely on a conceptual level, but really learning to bring our attention to the fact of being, learning to recognize our being in this moment. So today's talk is actually a recording of two of our sessions from our online retreat. In the first part of the video, I will break down awareness of being step by step, what it is and how to do it. So it'll be an explanation, but I will still try to keep things very experiential. It will be sort of a guiding explanation. The second part of the video is going to be a guided meditation. So you can keep your eyes open for the first part and close it for the second, or just proceed however you'd like to. But I think that by the end of today's video, I know it's a little long, but by the end of today's video, you'll feel much more clear on what it means to be aware of being and how that will benefit you in your spiritual journey and lead the way to all clarity, self knowledge, peace. Enjoy the talk. So, what is it that is? It is not this experience. Experience is appearing. I am. Experience may appear because I am there to know its appearance. I am not anything inside the experience. Even the mind and body are an experience I am aware of. Let me make that bigger. Even the mind and body are an experience that I am aware of. So just pause right there. Even take a look at this experience of the body sitting here in a room and meeting with others and talking about meditation. This is an experience that is appearing and it will disappear. It's actually disappearing moment by moment, just like the sound. Like the sound is such a great example because the sound symbolizes and portrays how really all experience is. But certain experiences had the illusion of continuity and sameness. Whereas you can see with the sound, the moment it appears, it has disappeared. That sound will never exist again. It's a new sound every moment. Even the sound, let's say, of my voice has the illusion of sameness. So it's like, oh, it's the same sound, it's the same voice. But it actually, notice the moment the sound arises, it is gone. It has momentary existence. So that is what we mean to say when we say that experience, all of experience, including the experience of the body and mind, it's an appearance. Even the body is appearing as the sound, every moment being recreated, every moment dissolving. It's not that we have to like learn to perceive the body as like, oh my God, it's changing every moment. No, but just it is enough to notice that it is changing. If anything ever changes, it cannot be you. That's a rule. And it's not a belief, it's the fact. Because you remain changeless. You are, whereas everything you are not is a changeful experience. Constantly changing, constantly changing, constantly changing. So experience is appearing, but I am. Not I body am. I, that which is, am. Even if the mind is confused with these words, trying to understand what they mean or trying to grasp their meaning or just resisting them, even that is an experience that is not you. Even that is an experience known by you. You are, whereas the mind, the confused mind, is also just like the sound of my voice appearing, and the moment it appears, it disappears. So experience is appearing, I am. Experience may appear because I am there to know its appearance. I am not anything inside the experience. Even the mind and body are an experience I'm aware of. Now, instead of being fascinated by the experience that is appearing, become fascinated with your being. Be fascinated with the fact that you are here and now. Notice that you are. This simple noticing is what it is all about. Don't try to grasp it or benefit by it. Even the desire or expectation of reward from this practice is an experience seen by that which is. Desire, expectation, projection, anticipation, these are all just mind and in different costumes. Fact is, even anticipation, desire, expectation, projection, description is an experience, just like the sound of my voice, appearing and passing. I am there to know it. So forget about what you see. Just notice the fact that you are. Notice the fact of your beingness. For the sake of today's discussions, I may use the word emness, existence, beingness synonymously. Same, okay? Yes, we can go deeper into these words if we really want to and then pick them apart and separate them. But for the sake of today's discussion, we're going to use all of these words: existence, beingness, emness, aliveness as the same thing. So please notice your existence. When the experience of the previous meeting was arising, still it was perceived through that same sense of existence. Existence does not change. Beingness does not change. It is what is constant. Whereas the content of experience is changing and nothing you can do to stop it. And even the desire to stop it is another experience, also just passing. The mind and whatever it's saying, whether it's confused or happy or this or that, is also an experience perceived, just like the sound arising, passing. The moment it appears, it has already disappeared. So don't try to grasp or benefit by it. Instead, just notice that I am whenever you remember to, especially when you are reminded of it. Right now, it's not about, oh, thinking to yourself, I am, I am. Stop taking yourself to be thinking. You do not think. You are, and thoughts appear. Thoughts are known. You are not that. You are not the doer of that. You are not the voice. You are not what it says. You are not the person it paints you out to be. Stop being so interested in what it says and what it wants. And stop taking yourself to be it. That's what it means to stop identifying. And we need not wait to stop identifying. Don't wait for something to happen to you to give you permission that you can stop identifying with mind. You see the mind, therefore you are not the mind. That is an undoubtable statement. You cannot be what you perceive, because what you perceive is a constantly changeful appearance. Yet you are. So notice your being. Notice the very fact that you are. You are present. Drop all thoughts of concern, worry, grasping, and be aware that you are. Feel your being. Notice your emness, isness, aliveness. Sense your presence. Become aware of the fact that you are present. Become present to presence. You already and always are. Now just begin to notice that fact. The fact that I am. When you know you are aware of being. When you know you are, that's the same as being aware of being. Don't personify being. Don't make being into something you want to know. It simply means to know that you are, that you exist. Feel your existence. It is the most obvious. When you are aware of being, self is aware of you. Because what is aware of being? Self. That which is aware that it is. So when we say self is aware of you, meaning self is aware of itself. Not self is aware of you, the person. There, you are not a person. You, the person, are not being aware that you are. You, that which is, which we call self or reality or truth or God, is aware that it is present. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. The person does not apply here. Let go of this personal obsession. Stop thinking of yourself in personal terms. This constant obsession with this self concept of who I am, of my face and name, this is the main obstacle because it keeps making awareness personal. The person is an experience perceived, constantly changing. I am not that. Being aware of being is to notice the existence of that which is prior to the appearance of the mind body world. That changeless reality which is present, in whose presence the whole world of mind body appears as an ever changing image, which this experience is also just the same. This experience has appeared and it will disappear. Soon it will cease to exist. Another experience may appear later of the body watching a recording of this experience, but even that experience is an experience that will also pass. Another experience may appear later of the mind thinking about this, thinking back to this, but even that is an experience that will disappear. Do you see? All experience is a passing show, and you are none of it. You are not the mind, you are not the body, you are not any of the sense perceptions. And that's it. There's nothing more to experience than the mind, body, and sense perceptions. Instead of identifying with the mind that is thinking about this, notice that the mind that is thinking about this is also an experience being witnessed right now by that which you are. Notice your own beingness, your own aliveness. So self is aware of itself. The truth comes alive in this experience. When you know yourself, when you know you are, when you know your being, it is like the truth is awake. That which was previously dormant, because it was always there. It is always what I am, but it was dormant. That self knowledge, that awareness of being was dormant. Now it becomes alive. The light of God shines in the midst of this experience. So that which we were previously seeking as self or God, somewhere far away, somewhere in a different reality or realm, it shines here and now. But the moment I say that, you notice your mind going off into crazy ideas about what that means. But please don't go looking for your idea of what the light of God is or the truth coming alive in this experience is. Just please stick to the simple noticing of being and let experience be whatever it needs to be in that moment. Just become curious, fascinated, and obsessed with this fact that you are aware. That is what means I am. Right now, the body is sitting, the mind may be thinking. Later, the body may be working, mind is still thinking, or maybe quiet. Doesn't matter. That's the content of your experience. But the fact in this moment is I am. That doesn't change. And it will be the same in whichever experience appears next. Because I am the changeless reality which is present. While experience is a sea of change. It is an appearance. It is just an image with the illusion of solidity and reality and truth. But it is not so. Discern between your changeless being and changeful reality. And whatever is changeful is not really reality. It is just an appearance. Only that which does not change is real. And that is what I'm becoming aware of. But I cannot become aware of that as an experience because any experience is only an appearance which comes and goes, seen by that, which is myself. But myself is not an experience. It is not anything which appears, can be objectively identified, and is seen to pass. I, the self, am the seer of all experiences coming and going. You are that. But stop thinking of yourself in personal terms. Stop taking yourself to be the mind which is appearing and saying all sorts of things, even about this teaching. Renounce your interest right now in whatever experience may be appearing, including the mind and body, and instead notice the very fact that you are aware. So just to shed some light on this with a visual, up until now, our seeing has just been spilling over into objects, and that's fine. It is a seeing of thoughts, feelings, sensations, concepts. And I know many of these things are just the same things. In thought lies concepts, images, beliefs, everything. But you know what I mean? It's just all of these are objects. All of these are things you can know. All of these are experiences which appear. And that's what we are obsessed with, fascinated by. constant focusing on what we see, on the experience that is appearing. Now become disinterested. Notice that when you stop being interested in all these things, you, the knower of these things, you, that which changelessly is present, you sort of, it's like a knowing of yourself, being. Forget about these things for a moment. Instead, notice yourself, being. You, the seer, know that you are. That is, I am. I am is an awareness of being. I am aware that I am. I am, and I am aware. So you see, when you notice that you are, naturally your seeing is severed away from all the things you know. And it's just a expanded awareness just of being, not awareness of anything in particular, just of being aware. Just that which is, knowing that it is. When you are aware of the self. When you are the self that is, that knows. You are the changeless reality, which you, the person, is seeking. But let go of this idea of me, the person. There is no me, the person. This experience, which is telling a story that, oh, me, the person is talking, me, the person is listening, me, the person is sitting, wanting, hoping to get something spiritually. That is just an experience appearing. But the knowledge of it, the knowing of it, the presence in which that experience is appearing is what is your true nature, is your true self. You need not become that. You are that. Just notice that you are. Even on these meetings today, the moment you find your mind going off about talking about these things, just notice. You don't have to do anything special. Just in that moment, you notice that I am. You notice the awareness from where you see the mind running off. And forget about the mind. Just like the moment you notice that, you just let go of interest in whatever the mind is saying and it will just drop away automatically. And instead, now you can just notice yourself. You see, rather than seeing thoughts, rather than spilling your seeing into thought, the moment you notice you are thinking, just become interested in your own self, the seer of thought, which is already there prior to thought. The seer is I am. And then automatically thoughts will drop away and you are just aware of yourself being. Now, once again, thought may come and you get spilled over into thought and it's awareness of things. But the moment you remember, you just let go of your interest in objects and you become aware of yourself, the seer, which is being. Become aware of your own existence. Become aware that you are. And then you are just there, self aware. And the notion that awareness is personal is actually just a thought made idea. When you are actually just aware of being, all thoughts dissolve. And little by little, you will feel the purity of it. That awareness has nothing to do with the person. It it animates the person like electricity animates a toaster and gives you toasted bread. But that is it. The eyes see, but I know what the eyes see. The ears hear, but I know what the ears hear. The nose smells, the skin touches, the tongue tastes. I know what the tongue tastes, the nose smells, the ears hear. Hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching are many. I am one. Knowing of them is one. I, that which knows, am. Feel into that. No need to think about anything. Matter of fact, whatever is being thought, also, I know. See how you can discern between knowing and thinking. To think means to describe, but all descriptions, I know. I can do thinking, but I cannot do knowing. Knowing just is. I am that which knows. But don't associate yourself, don't associate this knowing that is yourself with the things that you know. The knowing is not the thoughts. The knowing is not the five sense perceptions. The knowing is not the sensations. The knowing does not belong to the person either. So it's not you, the person that knows. The person you think you are is an experience known. What even is the person other than the five sense perceptions, sensations, and thoughts? It is a bundle of experiences I know. The person is an it. It's an object I see. So awareness of being is to notice myself, that which I am, being. Not notice myself as a something or a someone, just being aware that I am. I, that which knows, am. I, that which knows all experience, am. As we said earlier, the body and mind is like a toaster. The electricity that runs in the toaster does not belong to the toaster. Just like that, the knowing that animates the person, the knowing, the being, which enlivens the body mind, does not belong to the body mind. That life force, that knowing, that beingness, that is your real identity. The person you appear to be is just that. It's an appearance. Enough obsession over what you are not. Now we must become curious about our true identity. And that's really what spirituality, especially self inquiry, is all about, the discovery of our true identity. Not through theorizing, intellectualizing, but rather through direct experience, discernment, meditation, being yourself without associating your being with any passing experience, which, by the way, is all experiences. The word experience means it passes, it comes and it goes. Be aware of yourself being. It's not that through this practice, you should start to appear to be different than you appear to be now. Experience tells a story, and the story it tells is I am this body, I am this person. Don't expect that to change. But just start to see that that is not the truth. Since I cannot be what I perceive, to come and go, to change. I am that which knows. I am that which is aware. I am that which is. We are very used to conceiving of ourselves with a face, with a name, with a motive, with a past and future. Now, we must let go of this obsession, this conception, aka concept. The face, the name, the story, past, future, motive. It only applies to the experiences observed, not to me. These concepts cannot encapsulate me. The very arising of these concepts in this very moment, I see. I am the knower of. But see that there is no object at the end of that knowing. The knowing is not emanating from any object, from any experience. All experiences, all objects, there's a knowing of. It is simply life, self, God, which knows, which is aware, which is. It doesn't have a face, it doesn't have a name, it doesn't have a motive. When you are aware of being, when you are aware that I am, that is the direct experience of God or truth or self. Learn to satisfy your thirst for truth with just that. Although it may not always appear to be enough to the mind, it may seem to be very ordinary to the mind, which wants more concepts and it wants more extraordinary experiences in time. Learn to satisfy your thirst for truth, for God, for self, in just the simple awareness of being. Awareness of being will gradually dissolve all misunderstandings. It will dissolve the veil of ignorance which obscures the true nature of all things. Don't cling to any learned knowledge. Don't cling to any concept about even the teaching, even spirituality. Just whenever you remember to return to this simple noticing of being aware that you, that which knows, are. Being aware that you are, that right there is self knowledge. And that is a life that is a light that consumes all darkness. And notice that I am always just silently being. Silence is not even really a practice I'm doing, it is my nature. We want to get to know the self, so we have to start to speak the language of self, which is silence. That's why silence reveals all things, all truths. When you are quiet, that's your direct communication with your source, in which you dissolve. The idea of a me dissolves. To communicate with source is to become one with it. It is to be identical with the source. The same reality, which is aware through what you call your body mind, is the same one reality, which is aware through what I, from this point of view, may call my body mind. But no body mind possesses the one self, which is aware through all. When you are aware of being, you are not the body and mind aware of being. You are that one true self that is aware through all body minds. When you are aware of being, your identification of yourself with the body mind collapses, even if it is just for a moment. In that moment, you are yourself. You are that true identity. So, our call it job or practice as the sincere spiritual seeker is just to keep returning to being as we are. Not that you can ever be anything else because your true identity is always your true identity, but right now we're too entangled in stories and misunderstandings about who I am, about what life is. Awareness of being, awareness that I am, is a really sharp sword that cuts through illusion. So use that sword whenever the remembrance to do so arises. Speak the language of self. The mind may be very intelligent with worldly knowledge. It's not going to help here. The mind may know multiple languages. The only language that matters in your spiritual pursuit is silence. Absence of words is the greatest. All right. You can open your eyes. Whenever the mind complicates it, better to let go rather than further trying to figure it out. And you just try to return to the simplicity of practice. If it feels inaccessible in that moment, if awareness of being feels too subtle in that moment, we just bring our attention to body sensation. Even when we bring attention to body sensation, at least we have stepped out of concept. In thinking, all there is concept, all there is illusion. When awareness of being seems too subtle, at least we bring our attention to body sensation. Just focus on the body sensation, watch the body sensation. Gradually, awareness of being will automatically come to our noticing. But when accessible, just that simple noticing, letting that be enough. On a day by day level, it doesn't sometimes feel like you are making progress. Doesn't sometimes feel like you are getting something out of the practice because the mind only knows how to look for progress in the wrong places. So don't let the mind fool you. Stay consistent. Always stay consistent. Through consistency, it starts to reveal itself so evidently that it cannot be doubted. I hope you enjoyed today's talk. If you are looking for help with dissolving mind identification and awakening to your true nature more deeply, here are a few ways that I can help. Firstly, you can join our free community. It is a self inquiry support group. Over there, you can access my self inquiry mini course, my self inquiry guide, and my self inquiry breakthrough class. Tons of free resources in that community, and you can connect with other fellow seekers of truth. It is a great help to your practice. If you are looking to attend our next online retreat, take a look at my website, selfinquiryschool.com/retreats. I will link it down below, but in case it isn't, just go to my main website and navigate over to the retreat column. Lastly, our self inquiry school. It is a 10-week meditation journey to help you deepen your self inquiry practice very, very experientially. So that, so the main aspect of that program is to help you dissolve mind identification and awaken to your true identity, your true nature. If you want that step by step format, that structure to help you stay consistent, join Self Inquiry School. Over there, we also do weekly meetings and you get free access to all of my online retreats as well. So check everything out, whatever resonates with you. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Take a look at all of our videos. Hope it helps your practice. Thank you so much for watching today. It was a pleasure spending this time with you. I will see you next time.